Yo, I'm Sishen, vocalist of Chimera Cult.
I'm Trey, guitarist of Chimera Cult.
I'm Lloyd, drinker of Chimera Cult.
And bassist.
I'm Mark,
drummer of Chimera Cult. You're listening to Tell Craig Your Story. Tell Craig your story. I don't get paid for that.
Like a damn
All right, guys. Today we have Chimera Cult on the podcast. Now, we got an exclusive today. We are hearing 2 songs from the brand new album from Chimera Cult. The track that we heard just then was Feral Well, which is the title track of the new album. And at the end of the podcast, you will hear Bore Through the Womb. Now, the new album from Chimera Cult will be released on Christmas Day, 25th of December. It was mixed by the drummer Mark, and the album took over 2 years to finish. And also their upcoming European tour, which will be in 2025. The band also talks about their previous tour of Canada and the USA, and also Southeast Asia. Now, in my opinion, they're one of the best foreign heavy metal bands to come out of Shanghai. But before we go, please go to our website. We're at Podbean. Tell Craig your story at podbean.com. We have a link tree there which tells you where Tell Craig Your Story podcast is streaming. We're on all the major streaming services. We also have a YouTube account at Tell Craig Your Story. All right, here we go. This is my chat with the guys from Chimera Cult on Tell Craig Your Story podcast. All right, we're here. We're at the front row.
It's called Three Dog Cafe.
The 3 Dot Cafe.
I assumed it was Fenrir, but I don't actually know. Fenrir. Well, I've been in China too long. Tyrilla. I don't know.
So, is it apparently he changed the name already? Lloyd's New Bar.
New bar. It's in a prime spot too. Very nice. When do we expect to get some bands to come in here?
As soon as we're ready.
Oh, ready? Ah.
Yeah, probably January.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna have all the sound system ready.
That's freaking awesome. Another live venue here in Shanghai. So, guys, we could talk about all the juicy stuff that we just talked about 20 minutes before, right?
That's off the record.
It's off the record? We've been recording for 20 minutes.
Let's get it on the record.
We're here about the new album. Finally, 2 years.
Full throttle album.
The new
Full throttle album. We're waiting for it.
It's yet to be. Why did it take 2 years to happen?
These songs made 2 years ago. I think the first obstacle was it Kreese getting sick? This was post-COVID.
Right.
So we're going to blame COVID a little later. But first was, I think Kreese was deathly ill, our former bassist, one of the original members.
Yes.
He got a mysterious illness for 2 months. Then we had lockdown, right?
I believe so.
Then we had the big old lockdown.
At this point, it's all a blur.
Yeah, lockdown for 2 months. After lockdown, our original drummer, Alessandro, shout out Kreese, Alessandro.
Yeah.
Shout out. They're in the camera. Yeah, then he's like, all right, I'm going back to Italy in November, and this was like June, so it was like, once I go back there, I'll just have time to record and stuff, and then, so that postponed it another 5 months. Then he got really busy, he was working 2 jobs and stuff. Yeah, he just couldn't end up doing it, and then we started touring with Mark, did our highly successful North American tour.
Oh.
Because of how that tour abruptly ended, we were going to record in Canada, Then we had a buddy of mine said we could use a space, and we couldn't use it. Then we quoted another thing. It was too expensive. I'm like, all right, we'll just do it when we get back to Shanghai. When we got back to Shanghai, Mark started. Mark got the drums done. When did we actually? Yeah, he recorded 2 times.
3 times.
3 times. Oh, 3 times.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, third time's the charm. Yeah. And so following the end of a year from ago, coming into 2024, I guess we started actually recording. Yeah, and then just mixing tirelessly by Mark. Actually, Chris started mixing it, but he just got burnt down. He's like, I'm not really feeling the project. I can do it, but like I won't be putting my soul into it. We're like, no worries, you don't got to do it. And this is last summer. Then Mark's like, I'm off work for the summer, so I can start mixing for you guys. And that was last summer.
I think not to mention, you and I both had yet another side project as well.
Oh,
That was also taking up.
Well, shout out Cosmic Worm. I knew there was something that slowed us down in October last year.
That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah. Is this Cosmic Worm or Chimera Cult? Yeah. So about that. So here we are, and we've only made 1 new song since.
There you go. And
It's not on the album, so.
they said you did the mix. Have you done previous? Have you had bands before, and how was it like mixing this new album?
When I was in college, but not extensively. So like I was more frustrated to record another band or project and it just not go anywhere and never see the light of day.
Yeah.
And I was just like, look, understand that Chris couldn't do it anymore. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. But I didn't want to wait around to find another person and then him get to a point and just be like, meh. I didn't want it to sound like Rat King's album that came out. Like, I was like, so I just said, like, look, I have the summer off. My whole summer got shot. Send them to me. And then if you don't like them, it's cool. Just find somebody else. But I'll do first song and then cool. But if you do like it, then I'll do my best to try at the end and everything. And the idea of the direction of the sound was very all over the place. So I wasn't 100% sure, and I'm half deaf. Like this ear has always been as close to deaf as a deaf person would.
Okay.
If anybody listens to the album and it's all on the left side, sorry.
There you go.
That's all I can.
And Trey, the bass playing on the album is not Lloyd.
Like we gotta find someone. So despite Lloyd's obvious abuse, we decided. we decided no. Like so, we knew a long time ago. We actually we toured with one of my really good friends from back in the U.S. Named Winston Turner. Yeah, started the Winston. So Winston and I actually, when we both lived in Austin, Texas, he was part of my previous band. Whenever I was living there, I just knew hey, we're going on tour soon. Let me call in the big guns, someone I know who can definitely handle the chops. Call in Winston. Winston is a deer. Man, this guy learned every single song within a matter of weeks. Hey, what you need, man? It's you got it. Nailed it. Said again, well, Winston, you did such a good job touring. Would you want to just put on the tracks for the album? We really appreciate what you did. And a certain character you added to the bass lines. He said yes, and couldn't be happier to have him on the recording. So worked out really well.
Clearing up the Lloyd thing. Lloyd wasn't in the band at the time. Chris, our original bassist, left the band. He was just that was after his mysterious illness that we never found out what happened. He never found out what it was, but he got better eventually. But he was he's a workaholic. He's working 90 hours a week sort of thing. So he's I can't do the band anymore. He was just recovering from that.
Yeah.
So we had this tour coming, and that's why then we got Winston. Afterwards, we got Lloyd. But we knew Lloyd for many, many years. We both worked at Inferno. Shout out Inferno.
Lloyd's been killing it ever since.
Yeah. And have you played in other bands before Lloyd? What other bands have you played in?
I used to play guitar in my own band and stopped playing for 5 years maybe. Because I was so busy drinking, obviously. And these boys asked me to, Lloyd, you want to play bass? I was like, yeah, okay. But I never played bass before, so I got a bass. I did a little practice.
Yeah.
Goes well.
Stress a little.
A little. So how many songs did they get you to learn for the live set? Are you just learning the songs from the new album, or are you going all the way in the back catalog?
Yeah, we probably play 2 songs from that album these days. I still love that album, but like I think we've kind of changed our sound a bit over the years. Like I think we kind of found a bit more of our own sound.
So you're not playing Javier or anymore?
Well, we did in Spain, actually. Yeah, the song is actually a little bit of an homage to the man himself. Like Javier, yep, shout out to him, and Legendary Alpaca.
So when did you start writing these songs? Was it, how far back do you go starting to get ideas for this new album?
That was like right after we started. So our first album we wrote pretty quickly. I think we recorded most of it before we even played a show.
Yeah.
Which I think would have been better if we did play shows first, like, because that's when you really get a feel for what you want to do with the songs. We were on a hot streak. We were just like, every practice we were like turning out a new song and stuff. It was really lockdown that slowed us down pretty much.
It was definitely that. That basically put the brakes on everything at that point. At the same time, a lot of our like better songs, like that are more fun to play live, came out of just jams that we had. Like it was like, and sometimes it was me purposefully like trolling, and then looking around the room, and we're like, "God dang it, this sounds good, doesn't it?" We're like, "Well, all right, let's try to develop this actually." Especially whenever I think there's one jam in particular where I'm like, "Okay, let's just do something completely absurd. I'm just gonna jam around with this." And as a joke, I think I detuned to drop A sharp.
Wow.
And then I realized you do that, and then you play a power chord with drop A sharp, and we were already tuned to flat anyway. You get an octave chord going on, and it gets this enormous Gojira type tone. And I'm like, God dang, like this is actually sounding pretty good.
Is that how you're starting to write songs? Is it the riff?
A little bit, like, so it depends. Sometimes there might be something that just comes to mind, and you're at home and you start writing a riff. That's happened a few times, but in this case, this was Bore Through the Womb. Right. So we just happened to be in the same room, and then as a joke, I did the detuning bit, like, guys, and then watch this, and then just like started playing something, and then, man, like Jason comes on with some like Phil Ansamo type vocals, and we're like, well, actually, this sounds pretty good. I was drunk. I'm gonna. So I took the riff back home, and then I kind of developed it a bit, and then that became the song "Bore Through the Womb."
You're writing lyrics after that happens, or how does?
No, I don't write lyrics. I write poetry.
Poetry. Wow. Because
yeah, I know lyrics.
You've been on before, and you're telling me it's just very interesting. You like Queen and Alice in Chains.
Yeah. It's my big two.
But I don't hear too many influences of those two bands. So where you getting
I definitely don't do Queen-like lyrics. Freddie Mercury was like always about like love songs and stuff. So right. Alice in Chains, I do steal a little bit of style, but lyrics, not normally. But sometimes when we do a song, the best thing is if we do it on like a weekend, so I can have a few drinks. Trey's got a new riff. Just go out and just scream garbage into the mic, and then I start to scream some sort of Freudian slip shit. And then I'll be like, whoa, yes, that's what I'm feeling. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to see where that goes. And that was like Daddy's Home was just like that.
Oh, yes.
Start screaming like, Daddy's Home. That, from Daddy's Home.
Yes.
All right, so I'm coming at that as like, so it's like an abusive sort of like male partner. Like he just leaves, takes off whenever he wants, and he comes back, and it's sort of like, just like, I'm coming back, I'm coming in. You're not going to do anything about it. This is my thing. And it's like, we're done when I say we're done. And if we're not done, you just got to deal with it because that's what goes. The whole thing is just like someone who's just really a piece of shit human being.
And Mark, how was it for you to join the bands and play on these new songs?
I have utmost, greatest respect for Alex, but there's no way I can play like that. You know, I listen to the songs and it's like, okay, I'll play it this way, but I have to play it my way, as well. Because, people say, this person is a great drummer, or I'll never be able to do that, or this person's a great drummer, or I can totally do that or whatnot, but that's just not how it works. Like, people are certain ways, and then you have the majority of people that are all the same, and Alex is one of those that's just not replicable, and like, even when I joined, like I've heard from other people, like, oh, I miss Alex in there and stuff, and it's like, I'm not him. Like I can't do that. But you know, but yeah, like
You're not even Italian.
yeah, you know.
That's a good accent.
So, well, you want me to do that?
No, please don't.
So,
Go on.
I enjoy doing partial Alex. Like, it's kind of like turning him around and doing him that way instead of like doing him the way that he wants to be done, type of situation. Like all the songs are definitely Alex influenced, right? Style, and then the last song, Male, is
Malevolent Chromosomes.
yeah, well, is partially Alex, but I would say mostly me. Me playing is kind of like a tribute to Alex. Like I mean, it's not Alex's style, but it's like I'm still thinking I like the guy, you know. And then now we have a new song and that we're working on, and I'm not thinking of Alex, but I still like Alex. You know what I mean? It's like he started it, so it's like taking over for Slayer. Like you can't. Everybody's gonna keep talking about Lombardo, even though he might be a douche. You know, type of situation.
And how do you fit into the live set of Chimera Cult?
I think you've added your own personal flavor to it.
Yeah, so
Some of that flavor.
I think I'm pretty violent on the live show, right?
Violent?
Yeah, you just slam on that bass.
Well, I think that's one personal touch that I think is really, really nice. So one thing that we've added like a few rotating members, of course, but I think whenever we do have new members, we never like to tell anyone strictly what to do. We kind of like them to kind of take a little bit of their own interpretation, like saying like, okay, well, like just you do you, right? And one thing that I really appreciated, like in the moment that you came on and like it was during, I think it was End of Culture at some point. You just started like having this heavy just thump on the bass.
Yeah, that sounds terrible though.
But live it
show,
worked. It was visceral.
Yeah.
Like, and so that's what you need during a live show. Like, and none of us like ever said, "Hey, do this." You just started doing it, and I heard it and watched you. Like, oh, dang, that's a power move. That works.
Own interpretation for the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
One. Yeah, and Southeast Asia tour.
Let's talk about that.
One of our many tours.
Southeast Asian tour, boys. Tell us about that.
That was probably one of the most exhausting things I've done in my life.
That was our shortest tour.
It was. Like, don't get me wrong. I loved it because, I mean, in a certain respect, I think touring is probably one of the best ways to see a country.
Yeah.
Because you get a brief flash, and every single day is going to seem much, much longer than it actually is because your brain is just intaking new experiences after new experiences. Every single day is a blur. It's like, okay, we're going to get to the hotel. Maybe if you have time. I don't know. Where's the venue? Let's do it. Let's try to like find our way through who knows what streets we're going through at this time. Like,
But it was a
get to the
pretty,
gig. Like,
but it was a pretty full-on schedule, right? There was not much have a rest, play a show, have a rest.
There's like 2 nights of that tour. I didn't sleep.
Yeah, right.
I don't think you slept much.
No, I didn't.
much,
I, only
yeah.
slept, I didn't sleep two of the
Yeah.
5. It was only a 5-day show. Like the second night and the fourth night, I didn't sleep.
It was only the first and last nights. I think we got some sleep. It's only because we didn't have a show the first time we landed in Hanoi, and we didn't have a show the last day in Bangkok.
Yeah, I think we have like 3 hours
Yeah,
sleep
so
every
bad.
night.
We did, but not the
Yeah,
day
yeah,
after. We had a rest day. That was it.
How were the fans reacting to the music? Have you been there before?
No, actually, it's a pretty good turnout. So everywhere we went, actually, was pretty great. Like, and so, like, I'd say for the venue, like, really good turnout. Like, pretty much every single venue. Like, and I would say I have. Yeah, that one could be a little bit better.
Thailand sort of went weird.
It could be a little bit better. But at the same time, despite like what was going on there,
Did you go to Chiang Mai as well?
no,
Okay.
we didn't.
Alright.
So for this tour, it was just maybe 5-day power
Yeah.
block. So it was Hanoi, then we went to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh, then we went to Siem Reap in Cambodia.
Oh, yeah.
Then we went to Bangkok.
And it was a couple of bands, right?
Sorry, Phuket. Yeah. No, Pattaya. Pattaya. We went
And
to Pattaya, and then we went to Bangkok.
And then you had a few bands on that bill as well, right?
Yeah, it turned up to be like a 4-band tour. It was us going. Shout out to Danny, who used to be in Scared Children. He's in Hanoi right now. He's got a band called Gargoyles. So he's like, all right, dude, I'll hook up your shows and like we'll tour together. So right, Lloyd fucking tells everybody. He's like, yeah, Solitude and Blood of Life are coming too. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Like I didn't even get a single show confirmed, but now I'm confirming the whole tour for like 5 bands each show because we have to have openers and stuff. But it actually worked out really well, and it was so it was us, Solitude, Blood of Life, and Gargoyles. Gargoyles are based in Vietnam. And then we had like opening bands all around. I'm not going to start naming them because I'll forget some. And yes, as Lloyd said. But it was dope. It was a big tour, like in terms of like just organizing for 4 bands. It was chaotic. Is that the question? Or?
And do you think you'll get a chance to go back there in the future for this tour?
We're going to tour Europe after this, but I don't know. Me personally, I'd like to focus more on recording some more songs because like it took us 2 years. And like,
Yeah.
I just want to play like big things, like maybe just festivals and maybe even things that they can guarantee we get paid to play for. Because like, man, Southeast Asia, I thought would be cheap. It's right next to us. That was like, it costs the same as Europe almost.
You got to start doing
half the time.
That was National Day for.
All right, it was National Day for. It was National Week for China.
Everything's so expensive.
We did go at the busiest
Okay,
travel time
but that's
of the year.
because that's the only time we all had a holiday.
Yeah,
Guys, you need to get some pool gigs, and you need to get some.
Well, we are not full throttle. We're not that level yet. Maybe full throttle could bring us on these speedo.
Anniversary gig.
What was that?
We did get the town anniversary.
We did
Oh, there you go.
a 100-year centennial show
Oh, right.
in Zibuwa.
Oh, so. Yeah.
Like it was like outside. It was like really outside, in the mountains of Zibuwa. We played for how many people?
Oh, it must have been, a couple hundred.
It was the whole village.
It was the whole village.
It was wild, man. Like we had like, it was because our buddy Gore, shout out Gore, he brought us there. He's like, it's like the 100-year anniversary one. They got me to do a special show, so I'm bringing in bands. Like, you sure you want us to play that? I was like, all right. He had like some hip hop artists, he had some pop artists. He had like, I don't know, maybe we'll say jazz. I don't know. Let's just say every genre was there. And we come up and we're like playing metal, our style of metal. And we're
at
like,
the same time, I mean, whenever we got there, I mean, we were booked kind of as the foreign band.
yeah.
And so we're like,
We were
okay, we
exotic.
got some exotic people coming into play. We got the big names.
Fucking we're lions in a cage, baby. But
So we showed up. And like, there's a lot of like aunties. There's chaos.
eyes means like old ladies and stuff.
Yeah, like they help around, like and then at the same time, like we get there, like, well, I don't think they know we played metal.
I don't think they know what metal is.
So, hey, whatever, like let's give this a shot. And we
Good
play,
American.
we play our first song, and I kid you not, right after, I think we get rushed the stage. It was during the song, like we get rushed the stage, and all these said eyes,
Old ladies.
old ladies, just old ladies.
Shaking
Yeah,
beer.
they literally come on stage, are trying to pour beer in my mouth, Jason's, like all of us. I get everything on my pedal board.
That's what the fans want.
It was wild, and this continued for every song.
All over the pedal board.
It was all over the pedal board.
Kids coming on stage. Like not. I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm saying
It was great. Like
it was wild. This was like so much fun.
that was easily like the most memorable show I've ever played in my life, just because I was not expecting that to happen at all.
Absolutely.
Like,
This is like a village. Like you could from the stage we could see every house.
Wow.
Like that was it.
Amazing. But we go from that one to this tour of North America. Was it last year?
That was
Mark, were you on this tour last year?
That was Mark's first like set of gigs with us.
Yeah.
You want to give a little up?
Sorry, tragic and disastrous are words that have been described by this tour. And I was actually trying to get to your New York show. Is that one of your last shows on that tour?
It would have been.
Oh, okay. Because I was.
Actually there, so he should.
Yeah, well, I was actually supposed to arrive in New York on that day, and I was going to try and hook it up. But yeah, I got the message saying, hey, it didn't happen. So why didn't that show happen?
Because of the man.
But,
Oof. All right,
Why disastrous?
that tour, my God, that took 6 months to fucking plan and shit. Oh, I don't even know where to begin. Disasters. All right. Start off with first for me as a Canadian, like it was 3 American members and 1 Canadian. Right. Canadians have no problem going to America. You can just rock across the board. Like I'm buying some chips. Okay, whatever. So like I didn't even think I needed a visa because performing you're technically working even if you're not getting paid. So someone like mentioned it like right before the tour, and I was like, I look it up. It's like it's a 3-month process. I got to pay $500 and I have to have a contract from one of the venues saying we're getting paid at least $300 American dollars. I'm like, all right, we're not going to make that the whole tour combined. No one's promising that. I don't have enough time to apply for it. I could get the rush thing. It's $1,000 but I still don't even have the 300 guarantee. And then I talked to other people like, no, man, no one. This is for big bands. It's for like real bands that go across and shit. Like just like that. You don't have to worry about just go over, say a recording, talk to like I got like second and third opinion. It's like, yeah, no one ever thinks about that. We'll get to that later. So Canadian shows. We had a decent show lined up in Hamilton at a place called Skate Park or something. Got shut down maybe days before. So we had to reschedule the Hamilton show for a Sunday. We go there, we played it like fucking 10 people. Whatever. We had a London show, a metal show that was double booked. They thought we were on the Saturday, so we're like, hey, we're coming Friday. It's like, no, you mean Saturday? It's like, no, here's the text messages. It's Friday. It's like, oh, we have another metal show that day. It's like, well, we're metal. We're coming in all the way from China. Like, just put us on there.
Yeah.
It's like the barn was like, I can't really do that, but I'll talk to promoter. Promoter's like, yeah, dude. And like after going back and forth, it's like, really wanted to give you guys the show, but like the other bands, they just don't want another band coming in and taking like their money or shit. I'm like, dude, we're coming all the way from China. It's like, sorry, man, there's nothing I can do. Like, good luck. It's like, so we played down the street from our own fucking show, like a 5-6 band metal show. We're playing with just one other band down the street at like a pub in fucking London, Ontario. The people who were there were just like people who were just like done with life and stuff. Like there was someone got stabbed outside the bar or something.
We had one good show. One good show in Peterborough.
Oh, Peterborough. Oh my God, Peterborough, Ontario. My God, my grandparents. I only knew about Peterborough, Ontario, because my grandparents go there to get medicine and stuff for health, for checkups from the doctor and stuff, certain doctors. And I'm like, all right, I've always heard about Peterborough, Ontario, but I never knew. Like I thought I'm from Brampton, big up B-town. I thought Brampton was pretty low on the scale of Canadian cities. All right. My God, Peterborough. Went to, man, I don't even know if I want to call it out. Rundown. There's no beer fridge. There's no tap draft anymore. It's like, oh, we can't afford it. It's got a couple cases of beer. They couldn't even turn on the lights where we were playing, or they did when we were playing, but on the other side of the bar. We're like, where are the posters and stuff for the show? It's like, oh, we didn't remake it. And I see a chalkboard. I'm like, all right, just give me some chalk. I'll draw it on. It's like, we don't got chalk. It's like, all right, I guess start the show. And like we're just staying there. There's some people coming in. It's like, oh, all right, welcome to the show. It's like, no, we're going upstairs. We live on top of the bar. The bar was like, oh yeah, I'm sort of a slumlord too. And I'm like, all right, that's fun. But like, is anybody gonna come to this show? Like, what is this? So we got like 2 people come in. I'm like, guys, come in for free. And they come into the show, like, and they watch us. I'm like, all right, here's some some magnets. You put this on your fridge. Like, we don't have a fridge. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, we don't even have a home. We're homeless. Like, and like, here's some patches. You can use those. And then we talked to some people outside. One guy's got like his leg wrapped. I'm like, what dude, what happened to your leg? He's like, I got stabbed. Like, holy shit, how'd you get stabbed? Like, some crackheads were in my backyard just doing drugs. I just asked them to leave and they stabbed me. And this is like one of the 5 people at our show. Yeah. And it's like, man, in Peterborough, and it was just.
Welcome to Peterborough, right?
There's a good curry restaurant there, though.
It's true.
I don't know. We did a shout out on Facebook too. You weren't there. You weren't in North America. There was a curry restaurant that treated us good.
So you did the American shows, right? And
there's
Mark was
more.
in-
That's not even that's not even the worst part of the tour. So, anyways, we do get shows rescheduled. Like this whole tour was just like a boat that's sinking. There's a hole. I'm plugging it with a finger. Another one. I'm just plugging it. Just like keep fucking plugging all these holes that keep popping up.
Yeah.
I'm like, the American shows are supposed to be our good shows. Like we had like bands in America organizing these shows. It wasn't fucking me. It wasn't like any of that. And there was no worry. It was like, all right, these are good ones. We're going to Lansing, so we're crossing the border. Yeah, so we're just going. We got all the gear and shit, and we're just like, yeah, we'll just tell them we're recording. We got not the happiest lady in the world. Definitely wasn't living the life she wanted to live.
Right.
She was, so she's asking us all these questions.
That's a nice way to put it.
Dude, she was, and she like asked, like, it's like, you've been to America before? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. She's like, where are you? So here you were there 2000. I don't remember the last time I ever went because I went to visit some friends. Like, yeah, did you get a 417 for that? I was like, what does that mean? I don't know what that is. They were just going to go record. She's like, okay, all right. They just asked us questions, stuff. All right. Seems like we're in the clear, and like seems like she's being like nice. Like, all right, well, guys, well, we do a good job, So like, I hope you do well as a band. It's like, oh, by the way, what's the name of your band? And we're like, yeah, Chimera Cult. She's like, how do you spell that? It's like CH. Just typing it in. It's like, you got a show in Lansing tonight. Looks at me, you can't play that show. You lied to me. I was like, no, I'm not playing that show. I'm gonna be there, but I'm not playing it. She's like, you are lying to me. Or, I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but that type of thing. Yeah. We had to go in and go get grilled. And like the guys were actually, except for the guy who Mark asked to go to the washroom for, who was a total dick. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Total dick.
Yeah, Mark's like, can I go to the washroom? This guy's like, I don't know, can you? He's like, that type of thing. And he goes to us like, is this you with this guy? He's like, yeah. And so that was, we had like, I don't know, 6 to 8 dates lined up. Those were like the good shows. We had,
so what did you have to do? What happened?
Scome and cry, like pretty much. Yeah. So then we're like, all right, we're going to, fuck this. You know what? We're not going to let this beat us. We're going to go record an album. I had a buddy in Toronto. He had a studio. He's like, it was more of like a hip hop sort of pop studio. So go there like, no, they're like, no, we can't really do metal. We don't have the equipment. Ask another place. They're like, it's going to cost this much. And then we're just sort of lost. We're just like, let's just go back to Shanghai and do it cheaper. And yeah, that was a North American tour. Yay.
Well, what about the European tour?
Actually, that happened because the North American tour was such a fucking tragic loss.
Right.
It's like, all right, we got to do another tour.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Let's do Europe. And like from talking to people, like, yeah, Europe, like the bars promote more. It's more accepting. You go into the EU, you actually can legally play for like up to 90 days and stuff. Like they might tax you or something. They might not. But you can actually go do this. You don't have to worry about a visa if you're at least from North America. Yeah. So we're like, all right, let's do it. And it was a fucking amazing tour.
Trey,
killed it.
What are your experiences over in Europe?
I would say that was kind of the redemption tour. Like for me, like every single day was there. Like, like with the tour you're gonna have its ups and downs. But like for me, who's just a general fan of road trips, like for one, starting in Italy, like going like up and down different places I've never seen before in my life, especially going up to the mountains, like, and then every single venue feeding us pasta. Like, it's not even exaggeration. Like it was like first day, it was
going
great.
Back to Italy, guys, you don't need to give us that much pasta. We'll be back there, but
I can't count the number of carbs I ate in the Italian section of that whole tour. Pretty much every single night. Like I don't remember much, not from like any other types of substances, but just pasta alone. Like, that was
pasta's the worst drug, a band.
Then after that, like we went to Spain, and so immediately, like landing in Madrid, like I kind of fell in love with it. Like I had never been to Spain before, like, and so finally had like a couple days like staying with Javier, like, and then we're like, okay, well, just all of us kind of doing our own thing whenever we're there, and just got a couple days to explore and like was having the time of my life. I ate Lord knows how many tapas. And then from there, they wouldn't stop giving it to us. And from there, I'd say it was just nonstop driving. Like, because I mean, we went all around the Iberian Peninsula. I think what was it?
Yeah,
we went to started in Madrid, and then we actually went to Portugal next. Went to Porto. Porto had the most insane sandwich of my life. So the stack was in Porto.
We're talking about.
There were several sandwiches that we had.
Want to hear.
I'm definitely gonna talk about it. No. I'm talking about.
Subscribe.
I'm talking about the Francesina.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor. Let me tell you,
Do yourself a favor.
as a red-blooded, God-fearing American, this was the sandwich that put anything American to shame. Shame, I tell you. This thing was a sandwich which had about every single red meat you can think of in it. I think it had like 2 or 3 layers. The entire thing covered in what I believe was Gruyere cheese. I don't really remember what kind of cheese it is. And then,
Spikes.
yeah. Sitting in a pool of brown gravy. Let me tell you, I was fearful of the pasta and falling asleep before that in Italy. This thing basically just put me in my own grave. And it was the most glorious thing I've ever eaten in my life. Everyone, look up a Francesina.
Yeah.
Like, do yourself a favor.
Francesina.
Just Google, like, Porto sandwich, and you'll find it.
It's not a sandwich, like a pancake.
It is a sandwich. It's just a sandwich that's completely covered on all sides with cheese.
Sandwich. I guess like a burger.
You don't pick it up with your hands and eat it like a sandwich.
Like a 40-stack burger is a sandwich.
Let me tell you, it's everything that's divine and glorious in the world, and you do yourself a favor and go eat this.
So for you, what was that tour like? The Europe tour?
The European tour.
Yeah.
I
Tell
thought
me
it was
about it.
cold,
Yeah.
but it was very different from the Canadian American tour. Every day, just something bad happened every single day and for Canada and everything. I mean, like not.
Fucking plugging holes every fucking day, and not in the good way you want to do on a tour.
And it was like, okay, we're going to do this. Oh, we can't do it because of this. Well, then let's do this. Well, we can't do that because of this. Okay, let's do this. We can't. We were
Spanish
just
drummer
constantly-
dropped out. We can't do the show. It's like,
Yeah, it was just we were constantly, okay, we can't do that. What are we going to do? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so then we
we get
drive
that in?
or we go or we do something on that path, and then we hit another roadblock. Every single day was yes, no, yes, stop, no, yes, no. And it was just constant trying to come up with ideas just to keep us alive, basically. And then when we went to Spain, the whole thing there,
just like Spain, or you mean all of Europe?
well, I mean, yeah, all of Europe, like, you know, Alex was there and then Javier, and it's like, I didn't really,
Shout out Livio.
yeah.
Mattia, why not? Mattia.
And like, so these are all people I didn't really know before, except for Alex, and like but they did, and like just the feeling of everything started, it just felt better, like, because everybody seemed to be happier. Because when we were in Canada, it was like, that was my basically first time really hanging out with everybody, and just seeing how everybody, we hit this wall, and then certain people would break here, and then we'd hit this wall, and then other people would break, and just kind of see how we all kind of bounced off of each other. And then it just wasn't a good environment in that whole Canada thing, just because everything just kept going wrong all the time. And it's just like, today's going to be better. No, it's worse. And then the next day, it's going to be better. No, it's worse. But then when we went to
American shows. These are the big shows, guys. Here we go. Here I go.
Yeah, but even after that, and okay, we can't get into America, but then when we all did go to America, except for him, like even shit there was going wrong.
I don't even know if I can go back.
Having credit cards that you're supposed to have in America, all of a sudden didn't work. The cash that I couldn't use in America because it was too high. I had hundreds, but people wouldn't take hundreds, so I couldn't break 100. I was just like, how stupid is this? Like, just everything just kept going. But then in Europe, just, you know, everybody had everybody's back, and it flowed so much nicer, you know. And then you could start seeing how everybody was reacting and helping each other. And you know, I have my own issues, but everybody was fine kind of with that, you know, and all that other type of stuff. So it was just better. It was more.
Call you out, Mark. After Italy, he kept an Italian accent on for every country we went. In Spain, he kept doing an Italian accent. In Portugal, he kept doing an Italian accent. He shouldn't even. No, I shouldn't. No, he shouldn't even have done it in Italy. Like, you don't even speak Italian. Just do it English with an Italian accent.
Come on.
I don't remember. I can do it.
I don't
But,
remember that.
Yeah, and then going from that tour down to the Asian tour and everything, like I don't like being told no, and I don't like people telling me that I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing or whatever. But I also know that I do things that I shouldn't be doing. It's just been getting better, and like everybody just seems to be getting more comfortable with each other, and I'm not annoying people so much. So it's like everything just seems to be getting better. And the next tour we're doing, I'm looking.
That's already booked, right, for next year?
I think it's all right.
29th of January to 8th of February. All right, we start in Padova. We go to Treviso. I'm going to say we're going to do Milan. It's not confirmed yet. There's a couple other cities in there. We go to Zurich. Then we go to Berlin. 29th of January to the 8th of February. We're coming for a year. Italy, Switzerland, Germany.
Come on. And Lloyd, you were saying, we were talking earlier, that you're not going on this tour, right?
Well, no.
Because of his former drug charges.
Oh.
Also, no, I just want to do a shout out before I forget. Shout out to Silver of Krak in Treviso. Big up Silver. He's helping us in Italy. He's helping us in Germany as well. Silver Bello.
So,
Well, I'm Chinese.
I told you he was.
It's too hard.
I knew it.
Well, I need at least like 3 months to apply for visa. So.
Yeah, it's not easy. And so we're going to get Winston. Shout out Winston. He's coming back.
and the release date for the new album is confirmed. It's locked in. 25th of December.
That's right. Christmas. It's going to be the ultimate coal in your stocking. The biggest, blackest coal. A BBC, if you will. And you better hope we stuff it in your stocking.
Is there going to be a show in Shanghai, like an album launch or something like that, before you go to the Europe?
Before we go to the Europe, yes, we will. To the Europas. Yeah, hopefully here at Fenrir. Fenrir is actually not open yet. It's done soft opening, but they still got to get decorations and shit, musical equipment, licensing and stuff. But going for a Viking vibe here. But January 4th, we're gonna do our album. Either we're gonna force people to come here and listen to our album, or we're gonna force people to come here and watch us play our album.
Come on.
Yeah. So either way, people are gonna get subjected to some Chimera Cult.
And the album cover as well. Who's doing that for you?
That is our buddy Joshua Bradley of Everthought, his own company. He did what's that on your shirt there? You got something a little something there.
Old school.
Yeah. He did our OG
Yes.
album art, our band art, and he's done our new album art. He's also done a ton of other awesome metal fucking heavy shit for Inferno. Rest in peace, Inferno. He used to do all the posters and stuff. Yeah, he did that.
10 slots
10 sluts with sluts.
on a festival show. You can pick 10 bands, dead or alive.
To open for us.
Who are you going to pick on this bill?
If we're playing with Queen and Alice in Chains, yeah, we're headlining, and they're opening for us.
Blood Alive.
All right, yo, shout out Blood of Life. Shout out Blood of Life. Shout out. Yo, let's do some fucking local band. Shout out. Shout out local band Soul Tooth. Local band Blood of Life. But if I could take any band in the universe to play with us. Dead or Alive. Mm-hmm. I'll say Alice in Chains and Queen for me. Maybe Nirvana, I don't know. But
Are you putting them in order? Is Queen headlining? Or?
No, we're headlining, of course.
Okay.
Sorry?
Do Black Dahlia Murder.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would do Devin Townsend and Frank Zappa.
Meshuggah Maiden.
Jen's Curfew.
Full Throttle and Jen's Curfew. A tour for Australia.
I asked you about that before. You said you'd hook us up. You didn't.
I had
That's why I went to
Not
Southeast
yet.
Asia.
Summertime.
If there happen to be any Australian fans, yo, hook us up.
What do you think is standing out live in those songs?
The one that I'd say gets the most stank face is probably Boar.
So you played last weekend at C's Bar,
We
right?
did. We did.
Yeah.
So, shout out to New Cambodian Children's Charity Organization. When we played in Cambodia, we stayed at a hostel that supported this charity, amazing charity. We can't do it justice, but find it out somehow based on what we said. Do some detective work and support them. They teach kids and they give them food and clothing.
That is very, very amazing. Lloyd, what song are you enjoying playing live on the new album?
Chimera's Rise.
That's not the new album, Lloyd. That's not the old album.
That's the only
Fuck.
song with a bass solo. Oh, definitely Born.
Boar's like our only real metal song
You're
on the
saying,
album. Boar.
An in thing, but is that the full title of?
Bore Through the Womb. It's like it's really our only like metal song on the album. Like we're. I know. Right?
I'm pretty sure the others are pretty metal.
Yeah, they're metal. They're metal, but when you get metalheads listening to it, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, this shit ain't metal." So I gotta be real. I gotta be real. To people who enjoy metal, like all spectrums of metal,
All right,
they're all metal.
So which one's more metal? Chimera's Rise or Boar Through the Womb?
Chimera's Rise. Fuck, first album again. Damn it. In terms of defining ourselves, like we're very like a hardcore punk influenced metal band. That's sort of on me and my vocal. Like I like metal. I like all styles of metal, but like people who are hardcore, people who are like true metalists, and they're like, "Yo, you're not fucking even metal at all. You're fucking like just pop music, sort of shit." And so we're like, not because of that, but like we sort of like to rise to the challenge and make ourselves more metal, and we're going in that direction. Well, we'll never be the heaviest fucking band and stuff. So like we say we're a metal band, we're always gonna get called out.
I think one time that last time I spoke to you, you said that you didn't play in a bill because you weren't heavy enough.
Oh, that was back to the Canada tour to play in it's Montreal, Quebec City, and we asked the band, and they're like, they did all right. I'm not gonna say the name of this band, but they were, but it was a friend of a friend's band, and like I sent them a message, "Yo, we're coming through. Like, yo, can we do a show with you guys or whatever, and help us organize it?" No response. Like, yo, I don't think they checked the message. Like, oh, they checked it, but they said that you guys aren't metal enough. It's like, could they not just tell us that? Like, all right, say, hey, sorry guys, we're sort of let's play with heavier bands. You guys aren't really our style. Okay, cool. Don't even fucking respond to us. And this isn't like a band we message out of nowhere. It's like,
well, we can go back to that chat that we had before about
about Full Throttle and like
the curfew and
just talking. Oh yeah, Jen's curfew. Yeah, and that
Rat
curfew.
King
That curfew isn't early enough. Jen's curfew should not be going out at night at all.
So what guitars are you using on this album? I've seen you the last couple of years, and you're always playing different guitars. So what are you using on this new album?
I finally got my baby from back home. So I went back home to visit my family a little bit ago. So I finally got my Schecter C1 Elite that I've had since high school. This is the one that I learned the most on growing up. It's the one I've done the most modifications to. I put in bare knuckle pickups with it.
Yeah, right.
And so
There you go.
this thing screams and plays astoundingly well.
Yeah.
And I have had a hard time switching to any other guitar.
Right.
So the moment I got that back, I'm like, all right,
Keeping
I'm
this-
back. Let's keep this.
Yeah. Are you using your own kit, or are you? What are you using on this album?
My own kit is not as punchy as I like, but the idea of when I was thinking of the band, I was kind of thinking of more kind of dirty metal, punkish, heavy, whatever. So like I think it was the right. But if we want a punchier sound, I'd go with a thinner wood, not so heavy on the wood and everything. Change some heads. So I would rather use Remo pinstripes for a punchier sound.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Vinyls have a hidden track. We made vinyls.
Ah.
What's our hidden?
We snuck one on.
From you.
Yeah, it might be referenced on someone's hat right now. It's not a full track. It's just a tiny little teaser right at the very, very end of the vinyl.
On that note, thank you very much, guys. All the best, and I hope you get to Australia very, very soon. So, what do you say? G'day, mate.
Good night, mate.
Good night, mate.
Cheers, Count.
if you want to know about the hidden track and how long each side is, buy the vinyl.
Buy it where available.
Social media is www.chimeracult.com. And you want to hit us up on Instagram, Chimera Cult 666, because we're fucking metal as fuck. All right, album release thing here January 4th. Might be live, might not be. We got to see if we get equipment here at Fenrir, but Shanghai. Album again is being dropped on all platforms December 25th. Shows in Europe from January 29th to February 8th, starting in Padova, Italy. Going through some cities in Italy. I don't know what's confirmed yet exactly. Going to Zurich on February 6th. That's our only Swiss show. Yeah, and Berlin, we do February 7th, and we might have another German show in February 8th. That's unconfirmed right now. We can't say where it is.
Something left. I can still feel her dying breath. Your tools are cruel. Truth will be on a line. It burns from the inside. One cap grows ever wide. Have you chosen a side? Too long we've been kept down to reclaim the stolen ground. Watching our enemies as they drown. Or through the rocky town. So long as we go home, and by your hand, you brought their doom. Your tools are cruel. Truth will be unblind. It burns from the inside. A gap grows ever wide. Have you chosen a side? Street real. See what it reveals. These wounds will never heal. This is Sishen real. Like the skin peel. See what it reveals. These wounds will never heal. This is how it should be. Our truth will be undermined. It burns from the inside. One gap goes ever wide. Have you chosen a side?
Hi, I'm Nigel the Shanghai Psychic. I can tune into your loved ones in the spirit world, but I can also tune into you, tell you about your path, and the choices that you need to make and need to know. I'm currently giving 30% discount on all Tell Craig Your Story listeners. Just use the code Tell Craig Your Story for 30% off your first psychic reading with me online at Nigel the Shanghai Psychic.